After great success at Florida Gulf Coast, 5-0 and now on the road for the first time this season. Abdur-Rahim wins the tip. Back to Brianna Peguero, Houston in white, High Point in purple. Abdur-Rahim straightaway three and a good start for Houston.
A really good start. I thought right there she was open. That was a very good open shot. I know Coach Mitchell has been talking to us a lot about shot selection for his team, and right there starting out with a wide open look.
Something to think about for High Point, the stretch four on the perimeter. Merchant has a steal. Merchant travels after a good reach in there, recovery from Aaliyah Collins.
And that's what Aaliyah Collins is known for, her defense. Her offense has emerged this season, as I mentioned in the open, but she is a great on-ball defender.
Here's the starting five. Aaliyah Collins, Macy Spencer, Nevaeh Zavala, Brecken Snutherly, and Anna Hager from Sweden. High Point, excellent efficiency on offense. That's a good take from the Swedish forward, Anna Hager. Here's the Houston starting five. TK Pitt stays on the bench. It's Peguero, Merchant, Jones, Hunter, and Abdur-Rahim. And two more for the Cougars. TK Pitt's available today off the bench. Good defense for Peguero to avoid the foul. It's tapped out, picked up by Snutherly. Zavala for Hager. Hager draws a double team. Offensive rebound put back there from the preseason player of the year in the Big South, Nevaeh Zavala.
And that's a really good sign for her. Coach mentioned that she wouldn't be surprised for a breakout performance today, as she is back in her home state.
Expecting a big crowd. They're daring Houston to shoot. Jones takes the three. And I think the scouting report for High Point says let Houston take these open threes.
Yeah, and I would too, based on the numbers. The numbers show they're shooting about 20% from three, which is lower percentage than their points in the paint. So just trying to force them to take the lower percentage shot.
Houston's defended the three well this season. Opponents shooting 27% from deep. Be a fascinating matchup today. Snutherly attacks. Good pass for Zavala, who lays it in.
Yeah, really good pass. She got two defenders on her and found the open person. Houston is going to have to find somebody to drop in the helper spot.
Merchant draws the foul as she got underneath the basket. One more look at this last bucket for High Points.
Yeah, I mentioned she draws the second defender and nobody drops in to help the helper. That's the second defender after the first defender gets beat.
Coach Banbury said Zavala's primed for a big game. Preseason player of the year, is the fifth leading scorer on her team, and they're still 5-0. Merchant makes the first free throw. Merchant, one of three returnees from last year's team. She's the only returning starter. She went to Westfield High School on the north side of Houston. Biggest loss off last year's team, Layla Blair. Also injured last year, Malia Johnson, Kateri Poole, and Avalon Miller. Poole and Johnson both tore their ACL in October. Poole is back and healthy this season. Dribbled off the foot. Abdur-Rahim picks it up. She can run the floor. Out to Jones. Peguero off a Abdur-Rahim screen, and she travels.
And again, Collins was the on-ball defender. She is a very good on-ball defender. She moves her feet, she stays in front of the ball, and right there able to cause a turnover.
Chancellor Johnson asked Coach Banbury about her defense and her thievery, and Banbury said she's the best on-ball defender she's ever coached. There's an offensive foul, turnover for High Points. Aaliyah Collins, 20 points per game, but defense has been sensational. She's averaging 3 steals per game as well. But she commits the foul there as she went for the block shot.
Yeah, she doesn't agree. I don't think our coach agrees either. That's just a tough place to be, but she stayed in front of her until she came down with that arm.
Peguero to the free throw line. Fifth-year senior, grew up in Jersey Village on the northwest side of Houston. Time at Trinity Valley, then Mercer and Troy, and now in Houston. Last year at Troy, WNIT All-Tournament team. 28 points, 6 made threes against Illinois State to send the Trojans to the WNIT championship game last year. Spencer off the handoff. Daring into the paint. And she'll go to the line. Brave attack that time from the transfer from UNLV, Macy Spencer.
Yeah, really good attack. She just made a quick decision. Caught it on the wing, made a quick decision to drive to the basket. Houston gets a little confused on defense and commits the foul.
Several homecomings for High Point today. Macy Spencer, one of those. She went to Tompkins High School in Katy. 2 years at UNLV, and now back in her hometown as she missed the second free throw. Kendall Hunter. Jones. Hunter for Merchant. Shot fake. Mid-range Merchant. Spencer rebounds. Collins against Peguero. Brecken-Snotherly. Peguero affected the shot, and there's a late whistle.
And I think for Houston, they're just allowing too many straight line drives. High Point is catching the ball and driving the perimeter. Right here you see she just gets by too many defenders too fast. Like there needs to be some sort of resistance so that your teammate has time to help you.
Here comes Kayla King. Alongside Kateri Poole, Merchant and Peguero go to the bench. Kayla King's a freshman from San Antonio and Judson High School. Collins makes the first free throw. What a week she had. She set a new career high, 27.7 assists as they beat ECU, and then she topped that career high, 29 points, 12 of 18 from the floor against Vermont. To see a guard take 18 shots has to make you smile.
Yeah, I mean, if you're on, you're on. So I don't blame her. She shot it very efficiently, too. She didn't take 30 shots to get there. So really impressive to put back-to-back nights together like that.
She makes both free throws, her first 2 points. Now we see a bit of zone defense here from High Point.
And this is significant because Coach Mitchell talked about in the UTRGV game, the second half they played them entirely in zone and they struggled. So I'm sure High Point watched some film and thought maybe we should go to a zone.
Poole misses the three. No shot clock reset. Shot clock's at 1. But the person didn't realize it that needed to. Kayla King was unaware. Teammates were shouting at her.
Go right to the zone, get an immediate stop on defense. I think look for High Point to play zone, even if that's not what they want to do. It's being effective against Houston.
Interesting. We talked to Coach Banbury about her defense. She said man-to-man. I said anything else? She said nope. Until today.
And I would do the same thing. If you were calling the game, I wasn't going to tell you that I'm going to pull out of zone.
Corner three, Spencer. Halfway down. Poole rebounds. Hunter for Kateri Poole. Bartlett's in the game. She's setting a high screen here. Hunter attacks. Poked away by Spencer on the backside. 12 left on the shot clock for Houston. Kateri Poole to inbound. Catch and shoot. Kendall Hunter missed it. TK Pitt's in the game for her first minutes. She had the ankle injury in the warm-up against RGV. She is playing with an ankle brace here today. Dom Nesland is in the game. She's dribbling here for High Point. Spencer. Behind the back dribble and pull up. Pitts rebounds. Kateri Poole spinning in the paint. Picked up by Bartlett, throws back to Pitts. Media timeout here. A good first 5.5 minutes inside Fertitta Center. High Point, its first road game, and a 1-point lead.
For the Gulf Coast is what you want to come from at a coaching pedigree, and you talked about it. 22, I think, coaches from Semesco's tree are now active coaches today.
He's now coaching the Atlanta Dream. One of 3 former players who are now a Division I head coach is Chelsea Banbury. Bartlett in the high post. Hands off here. Kendall Hunter with 5 on the shot clock. Had it knocked away. Good defense there from Spencer. They did reset the shot clock. TK Pitts will attack. Pitts got inside but missed the turnaround. Bartlett with the offensive rebound. Deep 3 for Hunter. Kendall Hunter just let it fly.
Yeah, and Houston is doing a lot of one-on-one play. They're trying to get by the first defender with just one dribble or no passing side to side. So right there, lucky to get that 3 from Hunter. But like you said, it was deep.
Dom Neslin in the game, sophomore from Phoenix to Xavier College Prep, where she won a state championship in 2024. Out to Spencer, guarded by Kendall Hunter. Offensive foul, great defense from Kendall Hunter.
Yeah, and an extra fist pump from her head coach. He told us on the call, he mentioned she needs to buy in more on the defensive end. And right here, she's able to stay in front of her defender and draw a charge.
First foul on Macy Spencer. I've been impressed by Macy Spencer's defending. She has active hands. She's had a lot of pokeaways, a lot of tips in the early going here. Here she's closing out Hunter, who has another 3. Back-to-back from Kendall Hunter.
And you see right there, they ran a play specifically to get Hunter open, and she was wide open on the wing because High Point got confused on the cross screen.
Zavala. Offensive foul. This time it's TK Pitts drawing the charge.
And sometimes getting those offensive baskets to go helps your defense. It brings more energy to your team. And right there, back-to-back stops for Houston, drawing 2 charges.
Zavala, the preseason Big South Player of the Year. Her first personal foul. 6 straight points for Houston, all accounted for by the back-to-back 3s from Kendall Hunter. Figueroa running the offense here. Bartlett. Through into a double team. It's stolen there by Hager. Collins into the paint, kick out. Corner. Pashish misses the 3. Offensive rebound for Zavala. Hager tries a 3. An injury timeout for Houston as we see the entry of Shun and Umeli. Hunter goes to the bench along with Jay Jones.
Yeah, I think that's TK Pitts over there that got injured on that play. Hopefully it's not her ankle. It looks like they are looking at her other ankle that's not injured, so hopefully she's able to return to the game.
Figueroa starts the offense. High Point hasn't scored in nearly 4 minutes. There's a steal for Collins. Collins has a run-out layup. That breaks the scoring drought.
And that's what she does. Houston needs to secure the ball, especially if you have Collins in front of you. Their entire team has done a good job of tipping the ball, and before I can even finish, she gets another steal and another layup.
Back-to-back steals. The best on-ball defender Chelsea Banbury has ever coached is Aaliyah Collins. Figueroa still attacks. She's not deterred by Collins defending her. Saved after a miscatch from Nesland. Zavala tries the 3, rebounded underneath by Anumeli. Shun Anumeli lowers the shoulder, offensive foul.
In the last 2 plays for Houston, I just think they let Collins speed them up, and it led to 2 bad shot selections. Just no passes made, no making the defense move, and they're able to step in there and take charges and keep their hands straight up.
4 turnovers in the last 2 minutes for Houston. Collins starts the offense. 5th-year senior, went to Snohomish High School in Snohomish, Washington. Started at Grand Canyon after time at Chicago State. Now in her third season at High Point. Hager missed the turnaround. Abdur-Rahim grabs the long rebound. Abdur-Rahim has only taken one shot the first possession of the game. I think they have to find a way to get her the ball.
Yeah, and I asked Coach about, her production. She's important to this team. She's their main 5 player down in the post, but it's a combination of the guards passing and her creating that space for them to get her the ball.
She's double teamed here. He wants her to be decisive in these moments. Shot clock's at 5. Underneath, thrown away. Let's go back to the floor with Chancellor Johnson.
We just saw one of the heart and souls of this Houston Cougars women's basketball team limp off to the sideline. TK Pitts, she had a right low leg injury. It was actually her ankle. She got to the bench, had her head down, was really disappointed. She took off her shoe and is now back in the locker room. She is questionable to return to the ballgame.
Chancellor, thank you. She missed the RGV game. Houston still won. Hager travels under the defending of Jay Jones.
Yeah, and he mentioned Pitt's impact. It's not necessarily offensively or defensively. She is, like he said, the heart and soul, the person who takes the charges, gets the extra possession. So as a collective group, Houston will have to pick up what she's left out off the court.
Kayla King with Jones. Lobbed inside. Awkward pass that time from Merchant. She forced Abdur-Rahim to have to jump for it.
Yeah, it's just not a very good pass to put your teammate in that position where she's off balance near the baseline. She falls and turns it over. But I think this is what we're seeing with her struggle to get the ball and get those easy baskets.
6 turnovers the last 3.5 minutes. 10 turnovers in the first quarter. Right wing 3 from Spencer is short. And that brings the first quarter to a close. Anumeli came up very close with the half-court heave. A good one, a 1-point game. And the 3-point shooting has been sensational from Kendall. Offensively, her numbers don't jump out. 6 points, 5 rebounds per game, but a tremendous defender. She was 4th in the ACC in total steals with 69 last season. Backdoor cut, and a rejection from Abdur-Rahim. Great play design here for Dom Nesland.
Yeah, really good play, but better defense by Houston right there, rotating over, able to block that shot.
Nesland to inbound. Into the backcourt with Hager. The Swedish guard over midcourt. Abdur-Rahim beyond the 3-point line to chase Zavala. Kayla King, good defense against Pashish. Pashish misses. Rebounded by Jones. Let's go back to the floor with Chancellor Johnson.
Now, TK Pitts is back on the bench after she walked to the locker room. I told her, I said, hey, are you okay? She gave me a thumbs up. She said she's good. Now, this is a different ankle injury than the one she rolled at UTRGV. They're going to wait to see how her ankle responds, but for now, she is available on the bench currently.
Thanks, Chancellor. Does that sound familiar as a former player? You have one ankle ailing and the other one kind of follows?
Yeah, sometimes you're favoring the other one so much and trying to stay off of it as much as possible that it's possible you just get unlucky and roll the other one.
Pashish against Abdur-Rahim. Tried to draw the foul. No whistle. Abdur-Rahim out to Jones. Jones finishes and a foul.
And right there, a great product of what Coach Mitchell talked about they worked on. Looks like it is paying off today. Right there, what you call a power layup, coming off 2 feet, finishing through the contact.
She had the game-winning layup against UTRGV. She was interviewed post-game by the ESPN Plus broadcast at RGV. And they said, what did you think on that last shot? She was very honest. She said, I just threw it up there.
And today, she would say that I practiced those kind of layups in practice for 45 minutes before this game.
She misses the and-one opportunity. Hager, short from deep. And the reaction from Chelsea Banbury, the head coach, tells you she did not like that shot choice.
Yeah, and I think that's a shot you can get at the end of the shot clock as well. I think they're rushing it. They're now 0 for 6 from the three-point line, so just a very rushed three-point shot early in the shot clock.
High Point shooting 32% from deep on the season, but 0 for 6 from beyond the arc today. Jones out towards Abdur-Rahim, knocked away by Spencer. Kayla King, shot clock at 5. Hunter! Another deep 3 attempt, but she misses this one. Spencer rebounds. Snutherly, right wing kick. Hager misses. Hager grabs her own miss. Collins tees up a 3. Hunter rebounds. High Point has to be happy. 0 for 8 from deep, but only down by 3.
Yeah, and they're shooting them with confidence. They're not second-guessing those threes, so they probably think they can continue to shoot them and make a shot.
Abdur-Rahim called for the charge. It was drawn underneath by Anna Hager.
Yeah, and Coach Mitchell is over there telling his team to slow down. This right here is just, there's 4 people in front of you, and you need to find your teammates, slow down, play off of 2 feet, and just relax.
First foul on Amira Abdur-Rahim. Abdur-Rahim has a steal. She's away from Hager. Abdur-Rahim will lay it up and in.
And that's what she needs to do. She needs to get out in the passing lane. She has the athletic ability to get in the passing lane and convert those steals into 2 points.
She has 5 points here in the first half. Collins with the blow-by. Did not get the roll. Would have been a tremendous finish from Aaliyah Collins. That was her explosiveness on show. Jones pulls up. Contested make. Jade Jones in the starting lineup for the second straight game. 4 points, 2 of 3 from the field, plus 2 rebounds. Hager against Abdur-Rahim. Threw it behind Snutherly. It's chased down by Pashish. Shauna Pashish. Hager misses the short corner. And a loose ball foul will go against Shauna Pashish.
Yeah, and Pashish has had a tough going here in this first half. Just kind of looks like she's in a rush and taking kind of questionable shots that her coach may not be happy with. But High Point just needs to get back to what they were doing at the beginning of the game. They're not making their 3-point shots right now, but it seems that that's what they want to do, and they're going to keep shooting them.
Shauna Pashish from Mozambique. Second year at High Point after 2 years at Cochise College in Arizona. Jones attacks. Good switch from the left hand to the right, plus a foul.
And she's picking up where she left off. We talked about her game-winning layup in the UT-RGV game after being inserted into that starting lineup on the day of the game. And now you can see today she's made 2 tough shots in the paint playing off of 2 feet, which was very emphasized throughout the week.
How tough is that? Dribbling with your left hand to your left and then finishing with your right.
And I think it's just focus. Not every layup's going to be uncontested, so making contested layups and just getting that confidence.
She misses the free throw. Here comes Dom Nesland. Coach says she's now a big piece for them after the injury to Lexi Fleming, 5th-year senior, who was injured in the ECU win. Collins lost it, dives back on the floor. Loose ball, bodies are flying. And a tie-up gives possession to Houston. Houston shooting 53% from the field, 3 of 6 from beyond the arc. High Point shooting just 23%, 0 of 8 from beyond the 3-point line. Hunter gets a break. She's replaced here by Shun and Umeli. First year at Houston after 1 season at St. Louis. And Umeli. Collins nearly has another steal. Merchants. Clear space. She missed the layup. Rebounded by Nesland. Merchant jumps in the passing lane. Akira Merchant down court for the layup.
And we've seen Houston do that about 5 times now, just be able to get in the passing lane and turn it into 2 points. I think that is where Houston thrives, and that's where they've built this 11-point lead to this point in the game.
And Umeli commits the foul after Dom Neslin was able to beat her to the right block. More capable scorer than what she has shown so far, according to her head coach Chelsea Banbury. Neslin averaging 3 points and 18 minutes per game this season. She's 2 of 5 from the line in the season. Came out of a very good high school basketball program in Arizona, Xavier College Prep. Won the state title in Arizona in the Open Division in 2024. Offensive rebound and more free throws coming. Abdur-Rahim just picked up her second foul against Nevela Zavala.
Yeah, just not a good job on the box out on the free throw line. You have to assume that the free throw can be missed. Sometimes, I mean, it's taken for granted, but just a simple box out that was missed and caused her to now have to go to the bench with her second foul.
Zavala's from Plano. They expect a big contingent cheering for her today. There's a big crowd behind us in High Point shirts. Royce City High School, northeast of Plano. In her 4th season now at High Point. Peguero. Kayla King, left-handed dribble, pulls up. Neslin rebounds. Spencer stepped into that 3 and she missed. Merchant had it deflected. And we're at the under 5-minute media timeout. Houston leading by 8.
And Houston has got, and Coach Mitchell was the right one for this job. I think he had so much success at Kentucky, obviously went on a little bit of a break, and then comes back and takes on this challenge of the Houston team. And I think he's done a great job. Like you said, they got their first road win 5 games into the season at UTRGV, and he's just building on it every day.
Good spin from Kayla King, and she hits. Jordan, feels like the soft spot in the defense for High Point as Spencer tries a 3 and misses. And a loose ball fell. The soft spot's right around that Big 12 logo at the top of the paint.
It is, but it's off of ball reversal. It's not off of the immediate first drive into the paint. So looking for your teammates, getting the ball to side, and then attacking the Big 12 logo is what Houston has had success.
Houston's made 5 of its last 7 shots. Jones picks up her first foul. Spencer attacks, and she finishes.
Yeah, she hasn't had it from deep today, but I think you'll see, once you see the ball go through the basket one time, it kind of helps your confidence.
Abdur-Rahim on the bench with 2 fouls for Houston. Jones went behind the back. She forced that pass. It's stolen by Spencer. Collins away from Peguero. Collins can fly. And she draws a blocking foul. Kendall Hunter trying to draw the charge.
Yeah, and she was in position for the charge, but Aaliyah Collins did something very crafty there. She didn't run straight through her. You can see she kind of stepped to the outside, which caused Hunter to have to move as well, creating a blocking foul.
Collins makes the first free throw. We've watched the points in the paint. Early on, High Point had a 10-2 points in the paint advantage. Houston has flipped it now, a 14-12 edge on points in the paint. And you think that's all a result of these ball reversals?
Yeah, ball reversals, and also, like we mentioned, they've been getting steals off fast breaks. Those are also points in the paint, but finishing those layups early in the season that they weren't able to.
King misses the 3. Spencer rebounds, then was touched in the face. That's a foul against Jones right in front of the official. Hand to the face from Jay Jones. Spencer is ailing and being checked on by her teammates. Coach Chelsea Banbury looking on. Spencer arrived from UNLV. 2 seasons there. This is a homecoming for her. She went to Tompkins High School in Katy on the west side of Houston. a 3-level scorer, Macy Spencer.
Yeah, and she struggled from 3 like we said today, but that could also be a result of them not playing on the road this season. Playing at home, you're comfortable, you're good with your own rims, and then you come on the road and we've seen a bit of a struggle. They're 0 for 10, but I don't expect it to stay that way.
She's been excellent from deep this season. She's made 12 out of 28. That's 43% from 3, elite at the college level. But playing on the road for the first time and playing in front of friends and family, she's 0 for 4 from deep. But she's gotten to the free throw line here as High Point's now in the bonus for the final 3:26. 74% free throw shooter makes the first. Spencer makes both. She has 5 points. Peguero nearly lost it. Kayla King. Peguero misses the contested 3. Tough rebound underneath, and she draws a foul. Good work from Amani Bartlett.
Yeah, and I think Houston needs to get on the offensive glass and create second opportunities. I think they're shooting the 3-ball well today, but that is not usually the case. So creating a second opportunity for your team, and right there, Bartlett's able to do that.
Shauna Pashish checks in. Spencer goes to the bench. Pashish averaging 11 and 6 on the season. Kayla King on the inbounds play. Beautiful 15-footer. A good shooting day for the Cougars so far. 50% from the field. Collins against Peguero. Pashish thought about it, and now she hits. The first made 3, and a big celebration from Shauna Pashish.
Yeah, big smile. I said it. I don't think that's going to be how the game stays. That's now their first 3-pointer. So expect everyone, sometimes it's just contagious to see one go through.
Kateri Poole backs down Pashish, kicks it out. Peguero misses a corner 3. Hager rebounds for High Points. Last touch by Peguero. They're a high-scoring team. Collins averages 20 points per game. Spencer 17, Pashish 11, and here we see the 3. She's been a productive player all 6 games off the bench this season, averaging 11 and 6. 29% from 3. She gets to the free throw line a lot, Jordan. She's attempted 27 free throws, most on the team, and she hasn't started any games. Nesland against King. Zavala. Collins on the handoff. Behind the back dribble. Beautiful there from Aaliyah Collins.
She is so quick. She gets to where she wants to, and right there, a quick behind the back, change of direction, and Peguero just could not stay in front of her.
TK Pitts back on the floor for the first time since receiving treatment on her ankle in the first quarter. Pitts down the baseline. King misses a 3. Great box out underneath from Zavala. Good cut from Zavala. Pitts with the, or Poole, I should say, with the reach and foul. Let's watch this explosiveness from Collins.
Yeah, she just gets to the free throw line, quick behind the back around Peguero. There's no time for the help defense to come. She is just elite defensively, and she has the speed and quickness to get by her defender on offense.
Nevaeh Zavala to the free throw line. A starter last year as Peguero is replaced by Merchant. And now Pitts will go to the bench again. Zavala will go to her bench. Now Pitts is favoring that ankle again. Might have some blood somewhere on the lower body. Pitts' right leg being treated currently. Both teams get to talk it over as Pitts receives treatments. High Point starting to heat up. The Panthers have made their last 3 shots from the field. Now shooting 30% in the first half. Zavala has 6 points, 5 rebounds in 16 minutes. Playing here with 2 fouls. Last year she averaged 10 points per game. She was excellent in the tournament championship game in the Big South. She had 16 points, 10 rebounds. TK Pitts back on the floor, ready to box out against Pashish. Zavala makes both free throws.
And they tie the game with those free throws. You would think Houston was kind of running away with this game, but High Point has found a way to stay in it with free throws. They're now 11 for 14 from the line.
Houston led by 11 at 24-13. Kateri Poole hits from the free throw line.
And she shot it right around that Big 12 area. That's been where they've been successful today, is getting in the Big 12 and being able to make those 2-point jump shots.
Poole's first 2 points off the bench. Motion offense here from High Point. Collins guarded by King. She gets a screen. She goes to the baseline. Good read from Merchant for the steal. 3-on-3, but Collins comes all the way back and it's saved. 2 on the floor for High Point, who calls time. That's a team steal for High Point there.
Yeah, and Coach Mitchell is not happy. His team gets the steal. They go down the court. Don't see Collins never giving up on the play. And she's able to throw the ball back in. And her team was first to the floor, creating another possession for them. Just another look at the turnover. Merchant makes a good read, but Collins does not give up and is able to back tip this ball and save it. And you can see High Point is first to the floor.
And it's a learning moment for Kiera Merchant there, Jordan, because no matter what, you can't just slow down right in the middle of the court on a fast break. You either have to go to the basket or find a spot where you can see the entire floor.
Yeah, on fast break, typically the defense is behind you. Most of the defense is coming up behind you, so either make a quicker decision or attack the basket aggressively, but you can't be in between.
Chelsea Bamber's team has rallied here at the end of the second quarter. Turnover margin is constantly preached by Coach Mitchell, a rare time in which they were plus 12 in the turnover margin and lost. That happened against SFA last week. And currently minus 3 in the turnover margin. Houston has 14 turnovers, High Point 11 so far. Collins had her shot affected by King. Collins thought it was a foul. Here comes TK Pitts. 8-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Collins 3 steals in the first half for High Point. Merchant on the handoff. From the logo, short. Pitts with the rebound, and she'll take free throws.
And that's why you want to see TK Pitts back in the game, just creating the extra possession. This is a 2-point game going into halftime. You can now make it a 4, but she just gets under the basket, gets good position, and is able to draw the foul.
TK Pitts from Tulsa went to Union High School. 3 seasons at SMU. And now in her first season at Houston, playing through the ankle injury. Now she has 2 ankle injuries she's dealing with. 1 before the RGV game in the warm-up, 1 in the first quarter on the opposite ankle here today. Pitts misses both, but she got her second rebound for a moment. Loose ball picked up by Collins. Collins against Poole. Collins missed the turnaround. Merchant with 2 seconds left. Knocked away by Collins. And at halftime, Houston's up by 2.
Yeah, just defensive possessions right there. Didn't really get to the point.
Anna Hager will inbound to start the third quarter with Aaliyah Collins. Collins averages 3 steals per game. She had 3 takeaways in the first half. Motion offense for the first possession. Snotherly back to Spencer. She's short from deep. Snotherly grabs the rebound. Spencer attacks. Missed the layup. Snotherly limited by 2 fouls in the first half, played only 7 minutes. 3 on High Point with 2 fouls, 4 on Houston with 2 fouls. Hunter, sidestep 3, halfway down. Collins, kick out, Spencer misses again. Peguero rebounds, 3 shots early in the third for Spencer. And a reach-in foul, Collins guarding Peguero.
Yeah, just frustrating. You can see she's going to continue to shoot, though. That's where you get your confidence from. She is a three-point shooter, like you mentioned, 3-level scorer, but has struggled from behind the line. But her coach is encouraging her to continue to shoot those threes.
Peguero. Both teams start with the same starting fives as the first quarter. Kendall Hunter trying to find Abdur Rahim. Instead, she takes the space and gets the roll from 8 feet. Eight points to lead Houston for Kendall Hunter. Zavala at the top of the key. Spencer, now Snotherly inside. Perhaps trying to get her going. She's touched the ball every possession, and on her 4th shot of the quarter, she gets fouled.
Yeah, getting her going, but right there, that was part of their offense. They're running cross screens, back cuts. Out of halftime, you heard Coach say she wants to see more movement and just stick to what their offense is, although they are struggling from 3. But a good sign for Spencer to get to the free throw line, where she has converted today.
Significant 3rd foul on Kendall Hunter. And she goes to the bench with some frustration. Something that Coach told us on the call was we want to make the defensive team have to chase our players off the ball. They're having to do so here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, those cuts are what's creating confusion and keeping the defender not between you and the basket, which is what you want to do as a defender.
Spencer gets a break. Dom Neslin returns. Here's Jones. Crossover, Jones. Beautiful take and finish plus a foul.
Yeah, and that's the 3rd layup we've seen from Jones. It was very significant on the call and early in the game that they focus on these layups, what they call power layups, finishing through contact. And today we've already seen 3 from Jay Jones.
Beautiful crossover and then the 2-foot takeoff.
Yeah, and I think earlier in the season, if you watched her play, she was getting the crossover, she was getting by her defender, but she wasn't able to finish those baskets.
She completes the 3-point play. The freshman Jay Jones has 9 points. 4 of 5 from the fields, plus 3 rebounds. Collins attacking Peguero. And there's a foul. Collins nearly traveled. Peguero called for the foul for a push. Brie Peguero's 2nd foul today. Wide open, Zavala hits the 3.
And maybe that's what she needs, is to see the ball go through the basket, especially from 3, because this team has been struggling. And just a miscommunication breakdown by Houston.
Zavala was 3 of 13 from deep in the first 5 games. She's now 1 for 2 from beyond the arc. Abdur Rahim is double teamed and a reach-in foul is called. If that's Snotherly, it's her 3rd. Referees deferring on who the foul is charged to, either Snotherly or Zavala. And it's on Snotherly. That's her 3rd foul. A look to the coaching staff from Chelsea Banbury deciding what to do with Snotherly playing with 3. Merchant catches the inbound. Jones, Merchants, fade away, got the roll. Collins, coast to coast, is fouled by Peguero. That's the 3rd on Brie Peguero.
And you see Houston works really hard on one end to get a basket, driving again, creating that opportunity in the lane, but they cannot relax. They cannot not get back on defense on a made basket. There's no way Collins should be able to speed from one end to the other and get an open layup. That causes a foul.
Peguero to the bench after her 3rd foul. Collins to the free throw line. Peguero was replaced by Kateri Poole. Collins is a 70% free throw shooter. She's 4 of 5 from the line today. 1 of 2 here. Rebounded by Bartlett. Kiera Merchant directing traffic. Merchant went down, back to her feet. Kateri Poole's in the paint. Missed it with the left hand. And last touched by Amani Bartlett.
And you see Coach Mitchell right here telling her to move the ball from side to side. I think Poole is just really forcing it. On the initial drive, it is really hard when all of the defense is set. You need to move the ball from side to side.
Breckens Netherly now goes to the bench with her third foul. She is replaced here by Shauna Pashish. Nesland. Pashish for Hager. Merchant knocked it away. Merchant forces a tie-up. Houston ball. Kendall Hunter on the bench with 3. Bri Piguero on the bench with 3 fouls for Houston. Breckens Netherly, one of the starters for High Point, sitting with 3 fouls as well. King. Kateri Poole. Merchant off a high screen. Merchant from the baseline. That's beautiful from Kiera Merchant.
Yeah, really tough shot, but you see High Point is wasting no time. They're getting out in transition, finding open players, and this is why Houston has to get back on defense. High Point does not care if you score on one end. They are pushing the ball to get an opportunity on offense.
Anna Hager, the Swedish sharpshooter, hits from deep. Her first made 3. See if Houston goes back to Merchant after she just went one-on-one with Aaliyah Collins. Now it's Poole working against Aaliyah Collins. Shot clock's at 4. King with 3. King misses as the shot clock was expiring. Pashish rebounds. Here comes the Panthers. Attacking again. Nesland shot fake. Top of the key, Pashish. Backdoor cut. Hager had her shot blocked by Bartlett. Collins gets the high screen. Attacks to her right, and it's a foul called on Kayla King.
And I'm not sure how many fouls Collins by herself has drawn tonight, but it's been a problem for this Houston defense.
Here's Collins, guarded by King. The fifth-year senior against the freshman. Zavala. Collins, moving screen. Foul called on Zavala. That's her third foul. Bartlett goes to the bench. Abdur-Rahim returns. She's playing with 2 fouls. King. Spinning, draws a double team, passes out. Last touch by High Point, it stays with Houston. Hager and Zavala both on the floor with 3. Foul trouble has not really been a problem this season for High Point. They've only had 1 player foul out in the first 5 games. King on the handoff. Shot clock's at 5 for Abdur-Rahim. And she draws a foul with 2.8 left on the shot clock. Abdur-Rahim will now take free throws. 4th foul on Zavala here.
Yeah, and just a bit of a bailout. Like, she has nowhere to go. The shot clock is winding down. You know she's going to shoot the ball. There's under a second left, and you just need to stand with your hands straight up right there. But now she has 4 fouls and has to go to the bench.
Significant. They let her play. They rolled the dice with 5 minutes left in the third, and the preseason player of the year in the Big South is now on the bench with 4. And it was interesting because she had her hands up, but then she outstretched that right leg and tripped Abdur-Rahim. That was the call.
Yeah, she went for the up and under fake and tripped her, and that's what caused the foul. But there was just no reason for that in that situation.
Abdur-Rahim makes 1 of 2. 2-2-1 full court pressure here for Houston. Neslin shot fake. Cougars up by 3. And a Hager. Pashish throws it out. Neslin misses a 3. Collins with the offensive rebound. With a nice pass inside, Kateri Poole fouls. And free throws will be coming after the media timeout for Shauna Pashish.
And here we've seen a
Best communicator and an emotional leader who held her team to a standard. Now, even though she didn't make the trip this time, she said she'll still be a voice even from the bench just to show her importance. She played in 23 games last year, making 22 starts. It'll be a big miss for the Panthers this season, Matt.
Good stuff, Chancellor. First free throw made by Shauna Pashish. 4 seasons at Bowling Green State University. She's averaged 12.5 points in her college career. She's played 100 games. And a good three-point shooter. Last year, she shot it at 36% from deep. Kateri Poole into the corner with King. More zone here from High Point. Jump ball. What do you make of High Point going back to the zone at this point in the third?
I think it worked in the first half. I'm surprised they went away from it so fast. And now with the foul trouble to some of their players, they look to use it, and they've gotten 2 turnovers off of it. So I'm not sure if they're going to keep using it in spots because that's not who they are. So it is hard to just turn into a zone team.
A good point on the foul trouble. Anna Hager is on the floor playing with 3 fouls. Collins to the baseline. Pashish missed it. Grabs the loose ball. Neslin has 7 on the shot clock. Nice crossover and finish from Dom Neslin.
Yeah, like we've seen from Jay Jones today, just that quick crossover, able to get by the first defender before the second defender can come and finish off 2 feet.
Dom Neslin, her coach, told us a more capable scorer than what she has shown so far this season. Now a key piece for High Point. She misses the free throw. 3 points today off the bench for Dom Neslin. Short rotation today. They played 8 against Vermont in their last win. Only 7 have played. We have not seen Peyton Gertis yet off the High Point bench. Merchants playing against the zone. Merchant tries a 3. Halfway down, Neslin rebounds. Houston over 3 minutes without a field goal. Now Gertis is in the game, on the floor for the first time. That's a really good finish around a defender from Shauna Pashish.
Yeah, and Pashish is very athletic. In this game, we've seen she's been quicker to some of the balls than the Houston defender, but right there able to kind of acrobatically put that shot in.
High Point trying the zone here. Merchant all alone, and she hits.
And I think High Point's willing to give that up. Good job by Houston and Merchant to step up and knock it down because they are staying way in the paint, forcing them to shoot those threes.
First made 3 of the second half for Houston. Merchant leads all scorers with 13 today. Here's Gertis. Underneath to Pashish. A miss from Pashish. Merchant rebounds. Collins backs off Merchant. Back into the zone. And Umeli missed it from 5 feet. Pashish rebounds. Dom Neslin spinning. Missed with the left hand. Dangerous pass. King takes advantage. Merchant steps in for a 2, but then gives a right to Pashish. Collins will attack. Collins with the right hand, missed it. And a rebound from Jones. This game has a wild pace right now. Kayla King for Abdur-Rahim. Shun and Umeli, high arcing three is off.
Yeah, back and forth is exactly what you've seen, but now it's like you're not converting and you're playing this high-paced basketball, so somebody needs to settle down and find a good shot for their team.
Hager guarded by Jay Jones. Aaliyah Collins lowers the shoulder, missed a layup. Kayla King out to Merchants. High Point sticks with the zone. Abdur-Rahim looking towards the bench. Mitchell giving instruction and showing frustration.
And the zone is giving them troubles. They've only scored one possession since they went to zone, so they're just forcing, and another turnover. Like High Point is just forcing them to shoot threes that they don't want to take, and they're able to get the ball.
Nesson was really casual. She lost it to Abdur-Rahim, and Merchants will finish. She did not realize perhaps that Abdur-Rahim was behind her.
Yeah, way too casual.
Collins lowers the shoulder. She misses another layup. She thought she was fouled. Referee says verticality. Here's Jones pulling up off the window, and Houston closes the quarter with the flourish.
But I'm sure they want their starters back in the game.
All right, basketball 101. How should Houston attack this zone?
They need to use the middle of the floor. That's a zone killer, but the good job by High Point by sagging in, and they're forcing them to shoot threes, which they need to step up and shoot with confidence if they're going to shoot them.
King takes a three and hits. That's how you beat a zone.
Yeah, you just move the ball from side to side, step into the shot when it's your turn, and right there you see that's simply what she does, ready to shoot on the catch.
King has 7 points off the bench. Houston's made 5 threes today. Curtis misses a three, and let's go back to Chancellor Johnson.
Going into that fourth quarter, the Houston bench was hyped as they went on that run. But Matthew Mitchell, his emphasis was working on that zone there, trying to beat the zone buster here, as he was disappointed with his team staying around too much and turning the ball over, as we just saw right there. Now, he did say, hey, we won that quarter. Let's win this one, particularly the next 5 minutes. So far, so good, but still want to cut down on those turnovers. Matt?
All right, good stuff, Chancellor. When we see TK Pitts back on the floor, dealing with 2 separate ankle injuries. She's battled through it for 8 minutes today. Great pass inside. Spencer's back on the floor for the first time in a while. Macy Spencer has a reverse layup. 9 points for Spencer. And the homecoming for the Katie Tompkins product. More zone. Peguero tries the mid-range.
Just a really hard shot when you don't need it. You have the lead. You just saw what happens when you move the ball from side to side, and you just need to keep doing it and trust it.
Soft pass from Spencer. Lucky to complete it. Now it's Collins. Behind the back. Tried the bounce pass, kicked away by TK Pitts. TK Pitts is really soldiering through this one, limping back to the bench, and she's replaced by Jones.
Yeah, she's giving what she has, but you can definitely tell that she is labored by those 2 ankle injuries that you mentioned.
1 in the warm-up against RGV midweek, 1 in the first quarter today. Spencer lowers the shoulder, and she draws a foul. That's unfortunate. Kendall Hunter's been one of Houston's best outside shooters, but that's her 4th personal foul. And Hunter goes to the bench. She's only played 16 minutes today. She's replaced by Merchant. Coach Mitchell asked for an explanation, and he nods in understanding. Brian Hall is who he was talking to. Brian Garland and Amy Sanchez round out the officials today. Spencer makes both free throws. She's 7 of 8 from the line for 11 total points. Timeout for Coach Mitchell. We'll take a break. A good one here inside Fertitta Center. High Point trying to stay unbeaten. Down 4 on the road in Houston. Mitchell called time during the middle of that offensive possession. More zone from High Point. Abdurrahim in the corner. They place Jones in the middle of the zone at the free throw line. Now she backs out. Peguero back on the floor. Peguero misses the mid-range. Peguero fights for the offensive rebound. Her pass was deflected. It's Houston ball.
Yeah, and it was kind of a zone, but matchup because they looked like they matched up in man towards the end of that possession.
Peguero has 3 fouls. She's back on the floor. Abdurrahim guarded by Peyton Gertis. Peguero defended by Collins. Travel the call against Kiera Merchant. A lot of decisions for foul trouble for High Points. Preseason Big South Player of the Year. Nevaeh Zavala on the bench with 4. She picked it up midway through the third. Good play design. Spencer missed the layup. Gertis had her shot blocked by Merchant. Loose ball picked up by Hager. Top of the key. Neslin thought about it. Shot clock is at 8. Gertis attacks. Lost her dribble. Houston ball.
Just a case of right now you get beat to the ball, but staying on your feet. Merchant times this block perfectly to send it back.
2 steals, 2 blocks, 15 points in 21 minutes for Kiera Merchant. Peguero flashes to the high post, kicks it to Kayla King for the corner 3. Off the mark, Hager rebounds.
But the right play. The ball went to the middle of the floor. The defense sucked in, and they were able to pass it out for an open 3.
Collins had her shot blocked. It went off her on the way out. Collins continues to think she's getting fouled on these hoop attacks.
Yeah, she struggled. In the first half, she was blowing by them, getting that foul call. But I think Houston has done a good job of disengaging with their body and blocking the shot up top or affecting her without fouling.
Collins, the leading scorer, averaging 20 points per game, is 3 for 12 from the field today. 10 points in 32 minutes. Kayla King wants Jones to come towards her. Zone from High Point. 8 on the shot clock. Merchant missed the pull-up. Rebound from Jones. Last touch by Hager. A new shot clock for Houston, 18 seconds left on the timer.
And now you see both teams asking for that foul, but the refs have established they're not going to blow the whistle for the fouls down low like they were earlier in the game.
Here's Peguero. Jones open. Missed from the free throw line. And the rebound is pulled in here. First minutes of the season for Ross. We thought she wasn't quite ready to play today, but she shows she is. And she'll go to the free throw line for the very first time. It's the Arizona transfer, Jordan Ross.
And you can see the immediate impact she has. She gets in the lane. She makes a good decision, pump fakes, drives it hard for the foul. And I think you're seeing her because of the TK Pitts injuries to her ankles. I think Adu Rahim has struggled today. She's gotten double teamed, she's gotten frustrated. And so I think they resorted to Ross.
Ross, born in Milwaukee, went to Summer Creek High School in Houston. 1 season at Pepperdine, 1 season at Arizona. She makes both free throws. Pretty impressive. First minutes of the season come in the fourth quarter, and you hit both from the line. Backdoor cut. Ross defending. Neslin was fouled, and she gets the roll. Crafty shot underneath from Dom Neslin. And now a three-point play opportunity.
She's done some nice moves down low. She's played under control. I think she struggled from 3, struggled from the field, but we've seen 2 and 1 baskets from her now in the second half. Nice backdoor cut, just is patient. She waits for the shot blocker to get in the air, uses her body to defend the ball, and is able to put it in.
Three-point play completed by Dom Neslin. More zone defense from High Point, and she stepped on the sideline. A mistake there from the freshman Kayla King. King guarding Collins. Zavala back on the floor with 4 fouls. Hager spinning, lost her dribble. And she got called for the 5-second count. Nobody came to help Hager, and it's a 5-second violation.
Yeah, she needs to make a quicker decision. She just held the ball for way too long. I thought she should have initially shot the ball on the catch or drive it immediately, whereas she waited for the defense and then tried to drive it and got stuck.
More zone from High Points. King's pass deflected by Spencer and out. Kendall Hunter on the floor. For Houston, she's playing with 4. Nevaeh Zavala also playing with 4 for High Point. Shot clock is at 10 for Bri Piguero. Hunter away from Collins. 5 on the shot clock, she's double teamed. Ross has to shoot. And there's a loose ball foul underneath. Jones was fouled as she went for the rebound.
Yeah, it looked like she got pushed from behind when she was boxing out.
Media timeouts, a good one inside Fertitta Center. Houston leading by 3.
Many close games in the beginning of the season. If this game favors them because they've been in this situation, whereas High Point has kind of decisively won all of their games.
Hunter playing with 4 fouls. Misses from the free throw line. Piguero chases down the rebound. Jordan Ross is still in the game in her season debut and her Houston Cougar debut. Jones had to adjust. She gets her own miss and she's fouled on the way up. High Point having a very tough time on the defensive glass here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and I think that's where Houston is creating a little bit of separation, is getting second chance shots, putting the shot up, nobody boxing the shooter out, and they're able to get their rebounds.
Jay Jones out of Royal Palm Beach, Florida, went to the Kings Academy. Misses the first free throw. She is 1 rebound shy of a double-double. 11 points, 9 rebounds, 2 blocks, 1 steal in 27 minutes. 1 of 2. Zavala remains on the floor with 4 fouls for High Point. Collins guarded by King. She made that one.
And right there, she took her time and played off 2 feet. Like you said, she's been asking for the foul, been kind of out of control in that 3rd quarter, 4th quarter, but right there able to settle down and put it in.
12 points for Collins. 2-point game. Hunter has another 3. Collins attacks again, she'll spin. Missed a good look with the right hands. Kendall Hunter had back-to-back 3s before foul trouble. She tries another, that one short. Jones has the double-double, she chases down the rebound. 12 points, 10 rebounds for the freshman Jay Jones. Hunter mid-range. Another rebound. Magnetic from Jones, great pass from Hunter, and Jones has 2 more.
And sometimes when you have great energy, the ball just ends up in your hand. Right there, High Point tips the ball, but it ends up in Jay Jones' hands, and she's able to get another look at the basket.
7-point lead for Houston. Collins finished with the left hand. 3 straight possessions where Collins has taken it to the basket herself. Jordan Ross hits the high screen for Piguero. Jones against Hager. 8 seconds for Piguero. She draws a foul, lower the shoulder.
Yeah, the middle opens up right there. You can see High Point's kind of starting to get out to the three now because Hunter's back in the game, making those threes, but I think they need to stick to their principles. Houston is shooting the percentage of three that it's not going to beat you if you stay disciplined, but they've been giving up so many second chance points in this fourth quarter.
Peguero to the free throw line. 10 of 14 on the season. Makes the first here. She's 2 of 3 from the line this afternoon. Houston has 12 offensive rebounds today. Peguero makes both. Back to a 7-point lead. Aaliyah Collins, hands off. Nestland, top of the key, Spencer, open for three. She missed it. Loose ball foul underneath. That will go against Abdur-Rahim. And that is her third foul. Spencer 0 for 6 from 3 today. She's a 43% three-point shooter this season. Now she tries the mid-range. And she gets the roll. Timeout called by High Points. 5-point game.
Yeah, that was a really good inbounds play, though.
He said Carl Smesko influenced me the way he looked at the game, constantly learning, always trying to learn something new from other coaches around the country. Merchants. Gets to the paint. Peguero spots up for a three. Jones was fouled. She nearly had another rebound. They cannot keep Jones off the glass.
And as a guard rebounding, it's hard to box out from the three-point line when I'm running full speed aggressively to go snatch the ball out of the air. And right there, you see Jones has taken advantage of that the entire game. As a guard, she has 12 rebounds.
It's also harder in a zone to rebound.
Yeah, because you're not perfectly matched up all the time. So she's taking advantage of that, and I think that's something that she can do for this team to create those extra possessions.
Jones makes both. 16 points, 12 rebounds for the freshman Jade Jones. Spencer misses the three. Zavala grabs the offensive rebound. She forced the pass into Spencer. An injury timeout here as Jones was limping back. And Jones will inbound. She's okay to play on with her team up 7. Collins thinking about a steal here. Her team down by a touchdown. Peguero away to Merchant. Merchant gets to the logo, pulls up, short. She grabs her own miss, misses the putback. Third time's the charm. Kiera Merchant.
This has been the story of the fourth quarter. It's Houston rebounding their own shot. It's not a different defender. It's the same person who puts up the shot, goes after their own rebound. And right there, like you said, third time's the charm. She has a chance at a three-point play.
What a night for Kiera Merchant. 17 points, 5 rebounds, 2 blocks, 4 steals in just 24 minutes. She completes the three-point play. Houston's lead is 10 with 100 seconds left. Collins picking up the pace. Zavala. Spencer. Hashish. Long. And Merchant has another rebound. Three-point shooting and defensive rebound, 2 of the keys for High Point today. They're only 3 of 20 from beyond the arc. Hunter from the free throw line. She gets the roll. 13 points for Kendall Hunter. And timeout is called. Officials talking things over after that Hunter make. It's 7 unanswered points for the Cougars.
In Mexico, but the Bahamas is always a fun place. Those games are trap games, though, because you think you're going for a vacation, but you're not. And so just trying not to get distracted while you're on those Thanksgiving trips, enjoying yourself.
7 unanswered points for Houston. It was a 3-point game. It's back to 10. Collins trying to will her team back away from Peguero. Mid-range, Zavala makes it an 8-point game. Collins considering fouling Peguero here. Merchant kicks it out. Jones back for Merchant. There's a steal for Collins. 3-on-3, Collins. Too strong. Rebounded by Kinzo Hunter. 15 seconds left. Mitchell wants them to slow down. On the prior possession, were you surprised that High Point did not foul?
I think they just decided because it was a 10-point lead, it wasn't necessarily a 2-possession game, it was 3-4-possession game. So just kind of try to get a stop, play it out, try not to foul.
High Point's unbeaten season comes to an end.